Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about conditional sentences. So what is conditional sentence? Conditional sentences are natural language sentences that express that one thing is contingent on something else. See the example. If it rains, the picnic will be cancelled. So there will be two parts in a conditional sentence. First one is the dependent clause and the next one is the result clause. The dependent clause will be the conditional clause and the next part is the result. The picnic will be cancelled. They are so called because the impact of the main clause of the sentence is conditional on the dependent clause. So, as we have told, here if it rains is the conditional clause and the result clause is the picnic will be cancelled. Now we can look which are the types of conditional sentences. Type 0 conditional sentence, type 1 conditional sentence, type 2 conditional sentence and type 3 conditional sentence. So we are moving on to the details of each type. First one is type 0 conditional sentence. When we will use type 0 conditional sentence, it is used to talk about facts. We use them when the result of a condition is always true or true for the speaker. So we have told in a conditional sentence there will be a conditional clause and the next part will be the result clause or the outcome. So the outcome will be a universal fact here. And while talking about the structure of such type of sentences, the if clause will contain if plus simple present tense and the next part of the sentence will also be simple present tense. That is the condition or the if clause is if this happens plus the result or outcome of the sentence that always happens, that will be the universal fact. And another thing applicable to the conditional sentences is comma after the if clause if it comes at the beginning. If the if clause is coming in the beginning of the sentence, there will be a comma after that. See the example. If the sun goes down, it gets dark. So here we can see a comma after the if clause. If the sun goes down, comma, it gets dark. So this is a type 0 conditional sentence. Here we can see if plus the sun goes down, that is simple present tense, plus second part it gets dark, that is also simple present tense. That is the result. It gets dark is the result. And what about the result? That will be a universal fact. If the sun goes down, it is the universal fact, that is it gets dark. And next example, if you don't eat food, you get hungry. So that is also a fact. When we reverse the structure of a conditional sentence, that is outcome part will come in the first part and next part will be the conditional part, that is the if part. At that time, we don't use comma. See the example. It gets dark if the sun goes down. We have reversed the sentence. It gets dark. We cannot see any comma after it gets dark because the if clause is in the second part of the sentence. If the sun goes down. And the next example, you get hungry if you don't eat food. That is also reversed. And here if can be replaced with the word when. When the sun goes down, it gets dark. So here if is replaced with when. When you don't eat food, you get hungry. Here also if is replaced with when. And the next situation we have told that things that are true for you in certain conditions. That means not needed. The universal fact is not needed. But the things that are true for you in such situations also we can use type 0 conditional sentences. For example, she gets sick when she eats chicken. That is true for that person. So here also we can see she gets sick. That is simple present tense when she eats chicken. Here also we can see simple present tense. Next one, he does not talk to anyone if he gets angry. That is true for that particular person. And the next situation is to give instructions or orders or to make a request using an imperative sentence in the main clause or the result of the condition. Main clause is the result part. Example, if she comes back, tell her to come to office and meet me. Here it is an order. Here we have told that in the main clause or the result part, that is tell her to come to office and meet me, that will be imperative. Why it is called imperative? We cannot see a subject there. See, so the subject is implied there. That means you tell her. You is the implied subject there. Subject there. We cannot see any visible subject there. That is why it is called imperative sentence. So if she comes back, tell her come to office and meet me. Here also we can see simple present tense. Next sentence, if you need any financial help, please contact me. That is a request. In such situations also we are using type 0 conditional sentences. Next type is type 1 conditional sentence. When it is used to talk about the future situations or conditions that are possible or real and their results. So it is when we are talking about the future situations or the conditions that are possible situations or the real and their results. So to talk about such situations, we will use type 1 conditional sentence. See the structure. The if clause will contain if plus simple present tense and the second part will be simple future tense. The result part will be simple future tense. That is the conditional part, conditional clause. That is if this happens and the result that will happen. So will be used. The future tense will be used. For example, if it rains, we will not go outside. If it rains is the conditional clause and we will not go outside, that is simple future tense. And the next example, if you don't apologize, I will never talk to you again. Here also we can see simple future tense. And we can use may, might and can instead of will to show the degree of the possibility of outcome. So if we are replacing will, we can use may, might and can. See the example. If it rains, we may not go outside. So here we have used may instead of will. If you don't apologize, I might never talk to you again. Here we have replaced will with might. Next one, type 2 conditional sentence. So the first situation where we use type 2 conditional sentences to talk about an imaginary situation or unlikely to happen, something which is unlikely to happen, and the next part is its result in the present or near future. So how the structure will be, the if clause will contain if plus so the structure will be in if clause if plus simple past tense plus the second part or the result part subject plus would will be used plus first form of the verb. And what is the condition? Condition is unlikely to happen or the imaginary condition, and the second part of the sentence is the result of the condition. For example, if I had a lot of money, I would buy you a car. That is something imaginary situation that is unlikely to happen, but that is not impossible. It may happen in the future, but it is unlikely to happen. So here we can see, if I had a lot of money, I would buy you a car. She loved me. If she loved me, I would marry her. Here also we can see would is used in the result part and simple past tense is used in the first part. You would get a job if you studied well. And here may, might, and can be used in the place of would. So would can be replaced with may, might, and can. For example, you may or might get the job if you studied well. So here would is replaced with may or might. And the second situation is to talk about an unreal or hypothetical situation that is impossible to happen and its result in the present or near future. So in the first situation we have told that there will be something that is unlikely to happen, but that is not impossible. But in the second situation that is impossible to happen. For example, if she was in my city, I would meet her. That is impossible to happen. And next one, if I were a lion, I would eat you alive. So that person cannot be a lion. That is impossible to happen. So here you may be thinking why were is used with I. Where is used with all subjects in hypothetical situation. We have told this is a hypothetical situation. So in such situations, where can be used with all subjects. So this type of in such sentences, this verb form is called subjunctive mood. So I have just mentioned that. So this is type 2 conditional sentence. Now we are moving on to type 3 conditional sentence. When we will use type 3 conditional sentence to talk about an imaginary situation in the past and its result in the past. So its result also in the past. Structure: if clause will contain if plus past perfect tense. Past perfect tense, and the result part will contain subject plus would plus have plus third form of the verb. So that is hypothetical condition in the past if this had happened. So that will be in the form of if this had happened, and the result or outcome that is also in the past that would have happened. For example, if she had studied hard, that is past perfect tense. If she had studied hard, she would have cleared the exam. Subject plus would is used plus have plus third form of the verb or cleared is used here, cleared the exam. And next example, he would have died if he had continued drinking. So here in if clause we can see if he had continued drinking past perfect tense, he would have died. Subject plus would plus have plus third form of the verb that is died. And here could, may, might can be used in the place of would to show a different possibility of the result. For example, if she had studied hard, she could have cleared the exam. Here, could is used. Then, if she had studied hard, she may have cleared the exam. So, here, may is used. Next one, if she had studied hard, she might have cleared the exam. Here, might is used instead of would. So, that is showing different possibility of the result. That's all. Thank you. I hope all of you have understood. Thank you.